Let's bring in Jonathan Turley, constitutional law attorney and a Fox News contributor. Professor Turley, I want to ask you about Hunter in just a second. But first of all, to this action that Jack Smith, the special counsel, took earlier today, filing a petition with the Supreme Court to determine whether or not Donald Trump has immunity from prosecution. He's trying to keep his case on track for a March start, which is just a couple of days before Super Tuesday. What's your read of all of this?
Well, it's not that this has never been attempted before, but it is not the regular order of things. Smith had just filed, or this matter was just filed before the D.C. Circuit. And then he decided that he wanted to leapfrog over the Court of Appeals and go directly to the Supreme Court. The only reason for that is that he is really focused entirely on trying Trump during this campaign and trying to convict him before the election. The question is whether the Supreme Court's going to feel that that is such an urgent priority that you actually bring this case before Super Tuesday. Usually the Supreme Court likes to hear from multiple Court of Appeals. They certainly want normally to hear from at least one on these issues. And so they may not have the same sense of priority as Smith, who seems almost obsessed with trying Trump before the election.
Is there any other reason other than politics to want to do that?
Well, there's a tactical reason. If Trump wins, he can pardon himself, and then Smith will never see a jury in this case. I mean, so if Trump does prevail in the election, if he's not convicted at that point, he can give himself a preemptory pardon. He doesn't have to wait for the trial.
All right. So let's get on to Hunter Biden. You wrote a couple of columns, one in the New York Post, in which you called the charges against Hunter Biden, this is the 55-page document, a, quote, Voldemort indictment, citing he who shall not be named. And you said in part, quote, the steps taken by Hunter to evade taxes are impressive, but not nearly as impressive as the efforts of the Justice Department to evade any direct implications for his father, President Biden. In that sense, the indictment itself is a marvel of evasion. So what do you believe is missing from this indictment?
Well, it was a fascinating indictment. Obviously, it shatters many of the things stated by the president and the White House. It documents a level of influence peddling that we have never seen the like of. Just millions of dollars coming from foreign sources going through all of these accounts. But throughout this, there's one person who it just seems to be completely omitted, and that is Joe Biden. It's like arresting a bank robber for speeding away from the crime scene without mentioning why he was speeding. And, you know, all these details are how Hunter Biden got all of this money from all of these foreign sources, from Ukraine, Romania, China. But there is nary a mention of the president himself. There's also no mention of FARA. You know, the Department of Justice has given out FARA charges to people like Paul Manafort in rather short order. They were not in any way reluctant to bring those charges that you're an unregistered foreign agent. This complaint screams of being an unregistered foreign agent, but that is also not mentioned. But finally, it's also not mentioned, of course, that they allowed some of these crimes to expire. Yeah. There's still no explanation why the special counsel decided, when he didn't have to let the early felonies expire. And all of those questions are left unanswered.
Real quick question, if I could, because we just have a couple of seconds left. Do you believe it was intentional on the part of the DOJ to let those years, those potential charges, expire under the statute of limitations?
Well, the problem, John, is I don't know of any explanation, because they had a deal on the table to extend the period. Why would you let it expire if you were a prosecutor? There's no rational reason. And so it'd be helpful if they could come up with one, because I can't imagine one.
All right. Jonathan Turley, professor, it's always great to see you. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thanks, John.